Good morning and good night, guys. Today I'm going to be doing a nail tutorial. It's also going to be kind of a part 2 of my nail video that I made previously featuring the padding gel. It is, or was currently, Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year, celebrating the end of winter, the beginning of spring, and it's the year of the snake now, so many people have been making really beautiful designs featuring jades, really lovely, beautiful spring colors, and the snake that we've all been seeing all over the nail community. Now, I've never done it before. I've never done anything like this before, and I really wanted to give it a shot because I love, like I said, how beautiful it looks. What not a better opportunity to do that than now, and also show you guys a bit of a learning curve as we go. With the 3D gels and the molds that I'm gonna use, you can see kind of how the process will be. I do show and list my materials in the video in the beginning. If you don't care about that, you can skip it, but if you do just wanna learn how to do a design like this and see what is required, or at least the bare minimum, I'd say watch that. Anyhow, that's all I have to say. This is my 3rd time recording this, by the way, because I suck. I suck at recording, but I hope you guys have a very blessed day either way. Enjoy the video, thank you. For my list of materials, I'm gonna be using ASP's pointy stiletto tips. These are their full cover tips that don't have any etching at the bottom. I thought that these would be perfect so that you could see my design with perfect clarity. For a base coat, I'm gonna be using this base coat that I got from my school kit way back in November. They gave us this beautiful polish set, and they're not the most pigmented, but these base coats, it's cleanse free. I also have their top coat that I think I may or may not use, and I really like it. It levels out really well and evenly. Unfortunately, you cannot buy this, but if you want an alternative, you can try D&D's base gel. Any base gel by them is really nice. Just keep in mind that they're thinner, way thinner. So if you're not somebody that is a professional and you want to have more control with your base coats, I would invest in Kupa. Has a nice base coat. This is their matte top coat. I don't have their base coat on me, but it's a nice thicker one than this. Now this does say D&D DC. It's a different line compared to their original base coat. I think that their original base coat might be a little thicker than this, but this is super thin, and sometimes it actually separates on top of the nail. So that's something to keep in mind, but when it works beautifully. For my white, I'm gonna be, if I do use this, I'm gonna use this gelish white soak off polish. I'm using this one in particular because I wanna use it up and get rid of it. It is the least pigmented white polish that I own. Even the one that I got from school is more pigmented than this one, and it's just embarrassing. But if you do want a good white polish, let me show you 2 that I recommend. If you live in Melbourne, Florida, BioColor at A to Z Nails has a pure white. I think this is their personal brand, and it's super pigmented, super thick in a good way. I mean, you can see I've pretty much used almost all of it up. And this was my first highly pigmented white after that disastrous white that I'm using today. But I'm gonna show you how you can use it if you wanna get rid of your bad polishes. For my base colors, I'm gonna be using OPI. This is their color. Put it in neutral. Really nice color that honestly goes on everyone's skin tone. It goes on so sheer that I almost felt like I was being scammed. Super upset, and then I realized, you know, you have to let the color settle a little bit, then cure it, and then do 2 or 3 coats on top. But you just have to learn how to work with your products sometimes. Now, if you really can't afford those 2, sometimes some retailers hike up the prices on those 2 products. If you go to A to Z in Melbourne, Florida, you'll get a good price. You can also try this brand that I reviewed previously. I don't know how to say it still. I'll say Shize or Suje, I don't know. They have, in my opinion, the best sheer colors. Now, Aguilar & Co. recently came out with a sheer line of gel polishes that are soakable. I want to try, I'm gonna get those soon, and I think those will be the best polishes that I'll ever have for sheer covers. But for now, this is the one that I own. This is the company that I have at my house, easily accessible to me, that I can share with you, that I've personally tried, that I trust to work 100% of the time. This color is literally perfect for all skin tones. Now, I don't know how they line and number their color polishes, but this is number 1, and I have a couple others by them. They can look really different. This brand is not loyal to one bottle. This is a typical bottle that they usually sell with, but they sell other kinds. Also, really good sheer colors. For the start of the video, I'm gonna try to show you guys how to use these padding gels in a cute little design. I've never tried the design that we're gonna do today, but we're gonna have a try at it with this padding gel to see how it performs. Another thing that I'm gonna be using this video is this Miss Cheering non-stick semi-solid nail glue. I've purchased from them before way back when I first started doing nails. I purchased a glittery version of this. It's essentially a non-stick, in quotations, non-stick, because it still stick onto your hands if your hands are slightly wet, sticky, damp, oily, if they're not clean, if your hands are warm, it'll stick. So make sure that your hands are as clean as possible, as dry as possible, whatever. And that your room isn't too hot, but semi-solid nail glue. Or nail adhesive, or just 3D gel, you can call it whatever. I'm gonna use this to make the little snake for our design today. I got this at A to Z Nails. Oh my gosh, that's so full. I got this at A to Z Nails for $6 and some change. You can find this exact product online though, probably for less, but you'll still have to pay for shipping, so keep that in mind. If you want an ASAPP and you live in Melbourne, A to Z. In my previous video, I showed you guys how I mix my colors, or at least I put them on my palette. I use these paper plastic palettes that are in sheets. They're really thin. Or I can use my acrylic one that I have right here. I was at Walmart the other day and I found this. A palette paper book. I think it's paper, but anyhow, it's for oil painting, acrylics, gouache, and then watercolor. Disposable, no bleed through, it says. Okay, it's heavy, new and improved, heavier weight. So I think the idea is you just, you know, you can hold in this little hole. I'll probably put mine flat onto my desk, and I'll put my colors, if I ever wanted to mix them, right on the board. And you can see the gleam that it has when it shifts in the light. That's showing you the smooth, no stick texture, okay? This is a great investment. I think this was maybe $4. So if you're interested in just using palettes like these, if you can access Walmart's website, you can get this on there. That's a great buy right there, especially if you can get it in store in America without having to use shipping. That's awesome. I totally forgot to show you guys. These are the charms that you're gonna need for the look that we're gonna do today. I have these medium, almost large metal steel balls. They are magnetic, non-magnetic plastic silver balls. I have some silver chain, 2 jade circles, and then a couple pearls that are in there just to accent the nail. I forgot to mention this, but I'm not sure what mold I'm gonna use for the flower design that's shown in the picture. I think it uses this one right here, but I'm not sure if I want to even use that one because I don't see like a really tiny version of that. It just has like different versions of that, but tiny. I don't know. We'll see. And I am gonna use this gelish polish for the mold in this UV hard gel. I'm gonna drop a couple drops of this gelish polish to get rid of it. I really don't like it. I hope that anyone thinks that they will ever wanna try this. Just like 5,000 steps away from it. Since these tips are pre-shaped, I just had to do light filing at the tip and was able to just put a thin base coat on without having to worrying about structure. All right, guys, so clearly I was a little messy and I didn't even see that. I got gel underneath the tip and there's nothing that I can do about that. Maybe it'll add some cute designs. Maybe I'll add some drops underneath just to make it look intentional, I think. And I don't think it'll clash with the design at all. Okay, so we have that water design that wasn't there before. It's gonna look cool, I think. I think it's gonna look cool. I'm not passing 2/3 of the nail so that we still have clarity to show the design and the clearness of the tip. I think in the picture, of the inspo, the design is clear over here, so we're gonna leave that clear. And I'm using really light pressure, just letting the brush do most of the work. We don't have to drag this down super far for 2 reasons. One, because we want clarity in our design, like I said, down here by the clear area. And then 2, we're gonna add a gradient of a darker color right here. I think I might do 2 coats of this nude color, or I might add the D&D on top of this. We'll see. Okay, I have seen some people top coat with a matte top coat before they do their ombre. I think I will, just because the OPI makes it has a really sticky inhibition layer. So I'm gonna matte top coat this and then we'll get right into the ombre. For my matte top coat, I'm gonna use this functional glue. It's literally just a matte top coat, but I feel like translating everything back to Mandarin to English, everything just becomes a functional glue when it's a clear, like, multi-purpose glue or multi-purpose gel. It's not like a top coat. Anyhow, it's a matte top coat, really nice soft bristles. I actually prefer this formula over more prestigious formulas in America. I haven't tried many foreign brands anyways, but it goes on super thin. It's not very cloudy. And if you like to do isolated chrome designs, this might be your gel to try. I've seen this on Taobao, but I bought this one personally on Shein. I've been meaning to try Korean no wipe or just matte top coats, especially ones that you can draw on top of, because I really love those textures you can get when you draw on top of a nail with a pencil. Super pretty. Can't do that very easily or at all with normal no wipe top coats, so hopefully when I do invest in that, I can make a video showing you guys how to use that. I went over the nail one more time with the OPI nude color, and then I blended at the bottom with a no wipe top coat. So I'm gonna cure that for 60 seconds and do that on all 5 pieces.